Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, I'm meant for more, but something's holding me back? I used to feel the same, until I discovered 5 simple, life-shifting habits that unlocked the boldest, most confident version of me. In this video, I'm not just sharing theory, I'm sharing personal truth, genuine ways that shaped me from self-doubt to unapologetic power. If you're ready to feel unshakable, radiant, and unstoppable, this is for you. Let's begin. I used to stay silent in rooms where I should have spoken. Whether it was at school, with friends, or in relationships, I feared being too much. One day I asked myself, why is my silence more comfortable than my truth? So I started practicing the most powerful habit, speaking up even if my voice trembled. I began journaling every morning, writing how I felt with no filter. I practiced saying no without explaining. I gave myself permission to disagree, even with people I admired. Confidence didn't arrive when I felt fearless. It arrived when I stood by my truth despite the fear. That's when I realized boldness is a muscle, and I was finally training mine. You don't need to wait for an event, a raise, or validation to dress like the queen you are. I used to downplay my appearance because I didn't want to attract attention. Truth? I was afraid of being seen. One day, I tried something new. I dressed how my higher self would dress. Elegant, powerful, feminine, not for others, but for me, and everything changed. It wasn't about trends, it was about alignment. When I wore outfits that reflected my inner power, my posture changed, my energy shifted, and the world began responding differently. Confidence isn't always built in silence. Sometimes it's built in front of the mirror, when you decide to show up like you belong. Here's the truth no one told me. Bold women aren't born, they're built with boundaries. I used to be the nice girl who tolerated everything, until I realized that saying yes to others was costing me. So I began. Saying no to draining friendships, limiting time with people who triggered anxiety, protecting my peace like it was sacred, because it is. At first, people got uncomfortable, but I stayed firm. And in that firmness, I found a new level of self-respect. Boundaries don't make you mean. They make you magnetic. You teach the world how to treat you by how you treat yourself. Confidence lives in your body, not just your mind. And for years, I treated movement like a chore. It wasn't until I turned it into a ritual that everything clicked. Instead of punishing workouts, I started dancing every morning to release stuck energy, walking in silence to reconnect with nature, stretching slowly with intention, saying thank you to my body instead of criticizing it. I didn't just gain strength, I gained presence, and that presence created a glow that no makeup or filter could replicate. Movement became my therapy, my ceremony, my mirror. And every time I moved with love, I stepped closer to the bold woman I was becoming. There's something magical about a woman who decides to romanticize her own healing. I stopped waiting for someone to save or complete me. I started celebrating myself. Every small win, every brave moment, every tear I wiped alone. I created soft routines, morning affirmations with candlelight, weekly dates with myself at a cozy cafe, writing love letters to the version of me that kept going even when it was hard. Confidence wasn't found in perfection. It was found in devotion, in the way I showed up for myself, in the way I gave myself permission to rest, to rise, to reclaim. And that's the habit that made all the others stick. Let me tell you something powerful. You don't need to wait until you feel ready. Confidence is built through action, not approval. Every time you speak when it's scary, dress for your higher self, say no with grace, move with intention, and choose to love your healing. You become the bold, radiant woman you were always meant to be. So now I want to hear from you. Which of these habits are you ready to claim today? Drop it in the comments. I'll be reading every one of them. And if this video touched something deep in you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a sister who's ready to rise. Because boldness is contagious, and together we rise.